Hi, kids. So, in our last exciting installment, you guys learned how to draw a turtle. And in our next video adventure, we're going to draw a cartoon of a rabbit. So, I thought it'd be fun to have Tira,
Hi.
owner of Teddy, show you her pet rabbit so you could see some of the features rabbits have. So, let's meet our furry friend here, Teddy.
Teddy.
And Tira will talk to you a little bit about some of his different characteristics that he has, adaptations.
Okay, so this here's Teddy. He's a little bit squirmy,
Hold him up a little
so
bit more. There we
it's
go.
hard for me to hold him up. But here we go. Okay, so this is Teddy. Um, he is a mix between a dwarf rabbit and an English spot rabbit, so that's why he's pretty small. And some of his most important characteristics are his ears, which are, as you can see, very long, and um, they have actually the ability to swivel independently of each other. And basically, because he's moving around, it's like this ears. So he can move each ear on its own and swivel it and turn it in the direction of where he's hearing a sound coming from. So that's going to help him to stay sharp and stay away from predators, and also kind of gauge his environment and his surroundings. So, another important feature of Teddy, or any bunny, are the whiskers. So, these really long whiskers actually have nerve endings, and these nerve endings help him sense his environment in the darkness or in the tunnels, because rabbits typically in the wild will live in what's called a warren, which is a basically a very elaborate and extensive underground tunnel system which they dig and then live in with their families. So these whiskers help them sense the walls of the tunnels in the darkness and find their way around. Another important feature of rabbits, so as you can see, they have a curved spine, and the reason for this is that it kind of wraps and curves around their haunches and their back legs. And the back legs are extremely important for rabbits. This is actually the most important part of their body because it is what gives them the power and strength to outrun predators. So if you've ever seen a rabbit running, you know they go pretty fast.
Right.
And because they have these powerful back legs, that's what's allowed them to survive over thousands and thousands of years. Predators that are extremely fast, have very sharp teeth, have great senses and everything. So speed is their main defense mechanism.
So, when we
And
draw the rabbit, we're going to really exaggerate some of those features like the legs and the ears that you're learning about.
yeah, so the back legs are extremely important. They're extremely powerful. In fact, they're so powerful that if you pick a rabbit up and you don't hold the back feet and it starts kicking, they can actually break their own back.
Oh, no. Well, we don't want that.
Yes, so we're always gonna pick up a rabbit from under the feet and really make sure to hold the back end carefully, because those back legs are extremely, extremely
What
powerful.
kind of teeth do they have?
So they have really, really big teeth for a small animal. They have two front incisors, and I'll see if I can get Teddy to show you his teeth. Okay, yes. So there you go. You
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah,
see,
yeah.
you can see those big teeth. He's actually very calm,
And what
so
do they like to
he
eat?
doesn't really mind that. So they like to eat hay predominantly. Hay is what I feed them, and in the wild, that would be like wild grasses. They also like to eat fresh vegetables, so things like fresh greens are very important. That would be kale, spinach, um, carrot tops, the leafy parts. So think like leafy salad greens are what they like to eat. In the wild, this would be things like raspberry leaves, blueberry leaves. Um, they actually will eat like maple leaves.
Mm,
So
wow.
various different kinds of naturally growing vegetation are going to be um, the other core part of their diet. And then, of course, in captivity, the rabbits will get a fortified pellet um, supplement, which helps them to get some of the extra vitamins and minerals that they might not be getting because they're not in the wild.
And I see his nose is twitching, so that's another sense that he has that works
Yes,
pretty well.
they have a very good sense of smell, and their nose just kind of twitches as they
Hmm.
breathe, I guess.
And the eyes are pretty good.
Yeah, the eyes are, as you can see, actually on either side of their head, and that's also something that is found in prey animals, meaning,
Plant eaters.
yeah,
Yeah.
herbivorous animals. And it's another adaptation that helps them survive because they see um, they have a greater scope of sight than people do. Having one eye on either side of the head allows them to see everything pretty much almost 360
Hmm.
degrees besides back here, and they actually have a blind spot right directly in front of their nose.
Oh boy.
But other than that, they have pretty good panorama vision.
And finally, you're petting the rabbit. How does it
Yes.
feel, and what's it covered with?
So Teddy is extremely soft. He has very, very soft fur. Um, and his fur is actually right now between um, his summer and his winter coat, which is why he looks a little bit patchy because he's just, I think, starting to kind of grow in his shorter summer fur layer. So in the winter, his fur actually will be longer, and in the summer, it's shorter. And in the winter, it's going to be thicker as well. So thicker and shorter to protect from the cold. And Teddy lives inside, but it's just in his DNA
Yeah.
to prepare for the winter. And then in the summer, the fur is going to get a little bit more um, longer and ooh, Teddy, there you go. A little less dense
Well, it
to
looks like
kind
Teddy's ready to go back
of.
into his luxurious rabbit house that he lives in. And just one last thing is his color. It's he's mostly white, but he has some brown spots, and his brother Inky is black and white. And so domestic rabbits like this, they come in a lot of different colors and patterns. So when you guys color in your rabbit cartoons, you can be pretty creative about that. What colors usually are they in the wild, though?
In the wild, rabbits are typically going to be a brownish color, like the color of his ears,
Hmm.
with a little bit of gray and red mixed in there, and that's also an adaptation
Yeah.
to protect them from predators, which would see them. But these domesticated rabbits have been, over the centuries, bred to have a different variation of colors, and most of them have white as a base, like Teddy has, and then have spots all over their bodies
Mm-hmm.
and around their eyes, different markings.
Yeah.
And you always want to, um, when you're petting a rabbit, I just want to say, pet them on the head because, as you can see, that's
Mm.
the part of their body that they're most receptive
Yeah, very
to.
comfortable, and he looks like he's going to
Yes.
fall asleep.
Yeah.
So on that note, we're going to put him back for his afternoon nap.
He's
Tyra, thanks
falling
so
asleep.
much for presenting Teddy, and I'll see you guys at our rabbit drawing lesson next time we meet. That's all for now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Teddy.